Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Queen Osset here, and today I am going to share with you a beautifully bodacious deck of cards. Now, what you see here in front of you is one of the art prints that I got and a card that came with my package. And this is a holiday card that came from one of my students, one of my tarotistas. And I just thought it melded and meshed and encompassed the whole feeling that this deck is about. Now, I won this deck in a contest on Instagram. I won this contest in October. I never even opened up the package. I'm going through all of my stuff and I have this pretty blue envelope. All I did was open it up, say, oh, it's a deck of cards, I'm going to take a look at it, and then it sat in my tote bag. And I realized, oh my gosh, I have this deck and I haven't even done anything with it. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to Jennifer of Ferocious Ink. Real quick, see that? And I won this contest, and the winnings included, well, not this card, but I do like that. Keep that there. It included this gorgeous art print, as well as this one, and this one, and this one. And then that, which I'm going to put on a t-shirt. I am. You all know that I don't use bad words. I don't say them. You know that I would use my button. Okay? Actually, I do. But, you know. A bookmark with the chakras. How about that message? Jennifer is the creatrix, the proprietress of Ferocious Ink, and she has a couple of other oracle decks as well as this one. I got a few buttons here and a grand thank you. And I had the audacity to just let this deck sit and not do anything with it, not even glance at it. Oh, I deeply apologize, Jennifer. If you are watching this, I deeply apologize. Please accept my heartfelt thanks and gratitude for sending me these beautiful gifts. I love them. Okay, so the deck that I'm talking about, I'm going to move all of this aside. Let's take that off of there. Is called the Botanic Whispers. And it's an oracle deck that is based on the essential oils, and it says here it's a 38 card essential oil inspired affirmation deck. Doesn't come with a guidebook, comes in this gorgeous little tuck box, and this is what the deck looks like. So of course this is the back of the cards there. And you have instructions how to use the deck for daily draw a single card for the day. Can be a wonderful way to tune into spirit. Though you can do this anytime during the day when you need a little guidance, drawing a card first thing in the morning can set the tone for the day. You may choose to journal about what awarenesses come up for you when working with that card, or you may want to carry that card with you throughout the day to reflect on it some more. And then there's a 3-card spread. The spread can offer insight into a specific question or situation. And the three positions are seed. The card represents the source of the situation or the past influences, what led to the situation taking root. Stem. This card represents the current energy of the situation, what themes are currently growing at this point in time. And fruit. And this card represents the future outcome of the situation. What fruit will this situation bear? And then other suggestions are try using the cards with other spreads. You can even substitute these cards in place of a traditional tarot style deck for more detailed reading. If you use essential oils regularly, working with the oils of the cards you draw can add greater sensory experience to your spiritual practice. So I really like that. Now, let's take a look at the cards, shall we? Okay, so the cardstock is really, really good. A little bit thicker than Llewellyn, but not as thick as Hay House decks. And let me see, the size of the cards, I would say I have a little Scarabeo card here, about the size of a little Scarabeo card. Little bit larger, but about the same height. Okay, so that means that those of us who have, you know, small hands and such, it'll be easier to manage and shuffle. So they are out of order because I did take some initial photos when I first got the deck. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look. So, black pepper, fearlessness, stamina, strength, envy, sloth, demoted. So you have demotivated, rather. I fearlessly venture forth, secure in the knowledge that I have a never-ending reserve of strength that can be summoned at my will. I should, give me a second, let me grab my essential oil book. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to show you a couple of books. Let me see, I don't know if you can see this one that I work with. This one is a favorite. Maya Heath, I really love. This little guide, again by Maya Heath, is jam-packed. It's actually one of my favorites. It's one of the rare books that when it talks about, oh wow, she has everything in here. Chakras, you know, formulas for different purposes and such. So we'll start with chakras here. And then the universe of spirit and archetypes. Spiritual magic. And then, this is what caught my attention. She addresses different pantheons. Mayarisha, angels, what is that? Enochian, the Tree of Life, Arthurian, Babylonian, Celtic, British, Christian, oh my gosh, the Egyptian deities, who am I looking at? Hindu deities, magical creatures. I'm looking at this upside down. Norse deities and such. Greco-Roman. Oriental wisdom. Shamanic. I mean, seriously? Almost everything is in here. Wiccan. So this little guidebook, this little book, I mean, it's $12. If you're looking for a book besides Scott Cunningham's, I would recommend this one. And for those of us who don't do the woo but are interested in essential oils, then this is one of my favorites to use. I've had this book for about 2 decades now, because actually it's been over 2 decades. I purchased this book when I had my son. I was doing a lot of holistic healing work with him, and he always had stomach issues, and she had an oil blend here that I used to massage into my son's stomach to get things going, you know, get things right. He was born with it was herniated, all of that. Anyway, so that's another good book that should be on everyone's bookshelf. That's my recommendation. So now, back to the walkthrough of this deck. Where did I leave off? Okay. Let's see what I have next. In no particular order: lemongrass, bergamot, sandalwood. You saw the huge picture that I have of that. Lang Lang, valerian. Valerian is very calming. It stinks to high heaven, but yeah. Whew. Wow. Wintergreen, patchouli, which is one of my favorite fragrances. I love patchouli. Mix it with amber. Yes. Ginger, both to eat and to do in my workings, especially when I want things to happen quickly. Lemon. We know lemon is good for detoxification and clearing up. Helichrysum, which is hella expensive. Rosemary, good all arounder, good for clearing, expunging. Another form of use this rosemary in place of white sage. You know, I'm an advocate for not using sage because it does not grow in the part of the country where I live. That's why I'm an advocate for using what grows locally. Neroli, that's another herb that I love. I see the reverse of the attributes of the cards are in the lighter font beneath. Let me see, I was looking for something to point with. Do I have anything? Yes, I do. So Neroli, let's see what it says here. Even in a world of masculine ideals, turn no less powerful when I choose to rule my domain with a soft feminine touch. So Neroli is the scent that a woman would use when she wants to get married. So I guess this would be the adverse energy that you would pull in. Copaiba. Sage, we just spoke about, or I did. Cinnamon, it's another favorite of mine. If you're looking to reduce your sugar intake, add cinnamon. Cinnamon, just a sprinkling of cinnamon adds a bit of sweetness without overbearing your foods, and it's good for cleansing and detoxification and settling the stomach as well. Tangerine, cypress, geranium, spruce, juniper. Now that's one of my favorite plants to use for cleansing, clearing, raising the vibration of wherever I am. Thyme. I do not cook without thyme. Thyme, I think I spoke on this once before. You know, every West Indian has fresh thyme in the oven, drying. Okay, I'm just telling you. Cedar wood, I love that imagery. I mean, seriously, what's not to love? Clove. You know, a bit of clove is good if you have a toothache. Eucalyptus. Cold season, most definitely something that you should have in your vaporizer. You know, most of us grew up with that Vicks Vapor Rub, okay? But a trick is to rub it on the bottoms of your feet and put your socks on and then go to bed. A, you'll wake up with extremely soft feet, and B, that congestion that you had in your throat, head, and chest will have been pulled out. Pine. Who doesn't love the cleansing smell of pine? Rose, of course. And do you know that I am not a rose person? My favorite roses are either purple, yellow, or white. Rose fragrance, one of my spirit guides. This is how I know when she's around. Jasmine is another feminine fragrance. That is something to help foster platonic loving relationships. Peppermint, good for clearing up, giving you clarity, especially if you're studying. Peppermint, rosemary with lemon balm makes a great uplifting tea. It's good for opening up the lungs and clearing your head. And those of you who sling cards, go ahead and make up a tea that is lemon balm, which we call Melissa, rosemary, and a drop of peppermint tea, and see if your readings are not like clear, like super crystal clear. Frankincense. We are all very familiar with frankincense. Most of us are anyway. You know, almost every Catholic church, frankincense and myrrh. You know, orange. If you are trying to quit smoking, eat oranges, because somehow that cuts the desire for the nicotine. It's the nicotine that you crave, and the citrus in the orange curbs that desire for that. Lime, which I actually prefer over lemons, you know, to put in my water. Lavender. I know everyone loves lavender. I'm not a fan of it at all. Grapefruit. Grapefruit, believe it or not, will, it's good to help one go to sleep. I know grapefruit is supposed to be vibrant and uplifting, but we have a grapefruit incense that, maybe because I mix it with another incense as well, it instills a feeling of calm. And there's frankincense's partner, myrrh. Clary sage. Nutmeg. Nutmeg is one of those fruits. You have to be mindful of how much you use, because too much of it is actually poisonous. But that's another plant, herb, fruit that is used in workings involving prosperity and having things come to you. And then tea tree, which is good for cleansing and such. So let's see how she shuffles. I can hold it that way with my Fibro hands. It's comfortable. And we'll pull a card and see what the general message is for the day that you are watching this. Yes? And it says sacred, unity, honor, wisdom. And the shadow side is darkness, war, fairy tale. When I wisely seek to find common ground with those I would otherwise consider enemies, I discover peace. You're being asked by Pine to look at things, look at people from a different perspective. For many of you, your card of the year may be the Hangman. Take a step back, change your point of view, listen, listen, listen. Pay attention to what's not being said. So, as the Pine says, you know, allow the energy to bring some light into situations. We're already dealing with war, and we have to be realistic. You know, we do appreciate the energy of a fairy tale, but fairy tales are built with a bit of truth in them. You know, we do need to apply a bit of wisdom into our daily lives. You know, it's time for us to grow up. You know, it's time for us to step up now, right? And remember what we hold dear. What do we hold sacred? Pay attention to that. Family, our world family is important. Unity is important, coming together. While we all like to think that we're seeking like-minded individuals, sometimes it's good to add a bit of spice to things. So with that, I am complete. Thank you so much for coming by. I will be back with another video. Until then, take care, stay blessed. Bye-bye.